listening to Lady-ish, where wellness gets unfiltered. This is the podcast where real talk meets whole self-transformation. I am your host, Autumn Noble O'Hanlon. I'm a coach, healer, author, and wellness guide, and I have created this unfiltered space for women who want more out of life, but on their own terms. Every week, we will dive into the messy, beautiful, and often contradictory layers of wellness, covering everything from career shifts and body image to energy healing, intuitive living, fitness, burnout recovery, and creating change that actually sticks. Whether you're chasing a new chapter, healing old wounds, or just trying to reconnect with yourself in a loud, overwhelming world, Lady-ish is here to support your evolution. You can expect honest conversations, coaching wisdom, holistic tools, spiritual insights, and permission to be a little bit of everything and nothing that you're not. Because wellness isn't one size fits all, and neither are you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm popping in here with a special episode because during my last release, I mentioned briefly the work of Dr. Masaru Emoto and his studies of the impact of positive and negative words on the formation of water crystals. I had previously talked about that work on my sister podcast, the Lawyer Life podcast, and released a corresponding newsletter talking about that work. I find this work so interesting given the context of my last episode. So I wanted to come back on here and share that newsletter and that information with you here so that if you're interested in this space or want to learn more about Dr. Emoto, this is a great place to start. So I'm sharing with you here today the newsletter that was released many, many moons ago, where we examined when your thoughts physically hurt you. What if your habit of negative thinking is actually affecting your physical health? A notable figure in this exploration is Dr. Masaru Emoto, who in the 1990s conducted experiments on water crystals. These experiments involved exposing water to various stimuli like words, prayers, music, and environments, then freezing the water to observe its crystalline structure. His question was simple. Is it possible that our words and intentions can leave their mark on the physical world? Dr. Masaru Emoto's most well-known experiments involved exposing water to various words, thoughts, and emotions, and then observing the resulting changes in the water's molecular structure. Dr. Emoto found that positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and joy resulted in beautifully symmetrical and pleasing water crystals. Conversely, negative emotions like anger, hate, and fear led to distorted and chaotic crystal formations. These findings suggest that emotions can significantly impact water's molecular structure. Now, given that the human body is composed of about 60% water and 75% of our brain is water, these results prompt us to consider how our emotions might affect our overall well being. In fact, Dr. Emoto's research suggests that by nurturing positive emotions within ourselves, we may positively influence our own molecular structure and promote better health. Dr. Emoto's work serves as a metaphor for understanding the broader implications of emotional states. Just as negative emotions disrupt water crystals, they may also disrupt our well being and essential processes. Recognizing this encourages us to cultivate positivity, not only for our personal health, but also for the interconnectedness of life as a whole. I don't want to get into the broader implications of collective consciousness and all of that, but you can imagine the larger implications of this idea if it were to take hold on a larger, more global scale. But here's the disclaimer. Dr. Emoto's concepts have garnered both praise and doubt among scientists. His experiments sparked curiosity and encouraged more exploration, but some experts question how he conducted his research and whether his results could be reliably replicated. It's crucial to recognize that in science, rigorous experimentation and peer-reviewed studies are necessary to establish solid evidence and draw definitive conclusions. In a potentially random segue, does anyone recall IKEA's anti bullying campaign from 2018? As you may recall, IKEA held a famous PR campaign where they conducted an, albeit non scientific, experiment on the impact of our words and emotions on plants. The experiment took place in anticipation of Anti Bullying Day, and they encouraged kids to bully one plant and compliment the other. Over the course of 30 days, the plants grew in the same conditions. The plant that received compliments thrived, while the bullied one became wilted and droopy. While this may seem unrelated, consider that the majority of volume in a plant cell is water. Water typically comprises 80 to 90% of plants' total weight. You may be starting to see some of the tenuous connections here. Regardless, for those of you interested, talking to plants versus water, it's a whole separate but seemingly related rabbit hole that you can explore. And I will include some links in the show notes for those of you so inclined. Whether or not one fully embraces the idea that our thoughts and words can influence water molecules or plants, there is a growing recognition that cultivating positive thoughts and emotions can contribute to a more balanced and harmonious life. One way to do this is mindfulness, which is at the core of a lot of the work that we do in coaching. What is mindfulness exactly? It's one of the most popular meditation techniques centered around two key components: attention and acceptance. Attention involves focusing on the present moment by tuning into your experiences. This typically includes directing awareness to your breath, thoughts, physical sensations, and emotions. Acceptance is about observing these feelings and sensations without judgment. Instead of reacting to them, the goal is simply to acknowledge them and let them pass. Researchers suggest that mindfulness benefits may stem from its ability to reduce the body's response to stress. Studies in psychological science indicate that mindfulness affects different pathways in the brain linked to stress, leading to changes in brain structures and activity in regions responsible for attention and emotional regulation. It is clear that an abundance of research suggests that paying closer attention to our thoughts is a simple way to increase your overall well being and reduce stress. Whether you want to take that research farther and conclude, as I have, that negative thoughts, negative energies can have a real physiological impact on our plants as well as our bodies, that is entirely up to you. But the fact of the matter is, the research continues to suggest again and again that mindfulness can be an essential path to greater well being and happiness, as well as reduced stress. If you're curious and exploring this work a little bit farther, I recommend going online and exploring images from Dr. Emoto's experiments to see the molecules produced by positive and negative words. One of the videos that I watched opened with a question that I felt would be fitting to leave you with today. Words can heal, words can hurt. What did yours do today? Thanks again for being here with me, my friends. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and start paying closer attention to your thoughts and questioning the impact that they may be having on your overall well being.